Hello, and welcome to the Frozen North. I live in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, which is the most northern settled point in the world, except for Moscow, Russia, which has a population over 1 million people. And we are known for one thing. We have lots and lots of snow. What is not as well known is that our snow is slowly disappearing. With the disappearance comes many changes in our educational curriculum. Basic survival skills are no longer taught. When I was in school, you learned things like, hey, it's okay when you get stuck in your car and you can't move to actually turn off the car and bundle up in the blankets behind you, which you will have stowed in your trunk because you're smart that way. That doesn't happen anymore. I don't think anyone would know to carry a blanket in their car. Another thing that's not so well known, men should wear tights. You can look like a cool guy as long as you have your tights on under your jeans. If you don't, you might get a little bit cold. Tights keep in the warmth. But other changes in the curriculum, you're no longer taught how to toboggan, how to snowshoe, how to ice paint, how to do ice sculpture, how to ski. Any of those things basically aren't taught anymore. My daughter has a ski trip this Friday. She will be going downhill skiing, one of two trips that she gets. They no longer teach cross-country skiing. It's rather disappointing. I think cross-country skiing is more fun. You get to combine going across country and downhill at the same time. What my daughter is learning in school? How to make candy with maple syrup on snow. There's more to snow than just learning how to make candy with it. Another thing that's disappearing is our traditional way of life. When I was a child, I would go with my grandfather ice fishing every weekend. You'd drive out with your Jeep actually onto the lake where you would drill a hole in the ice and sit around for several hours while you fished. It was very cold, but it's what we did, and it's how we got our fish. The last time I went with my grandfather, we weren't able to drive the Jeep out onto the ice of the lake anymore. We actually had to walk, which was a very long hike. And on the way back, I started falling through the ice, and I had to run in order to keep from falling all the way through, which got my boots wet, which is another rule in the north. You don't get your feet wet, you're going to freeze. So we can no longer go ice fishing. The ice isn't solid enough. A demonstration of how much the ice has changed is 4 hours west of here in the Rocky Mountains, where the Columbian ice fields are. In 1973, the ice fields look like this. Snow everywhere. In 2006, 33 years later, the snow is almost completely gone. In 33 years, the ice field has retreated from 1.9 kilometers, which for you Americans out there is 1.2 miles. That is a lot of snow and ice that has been lost. Another thing that is changing is the way that we support ourselves here in Canada. Snow actually provides insulation for the ground in the winter, and when it melts, it provides moisture to the ground for planting our crops. Because there is less snow, we are not able to have the same quality of crops or as many of them. Another thing that is disappearing is our tourism industry and our recreation. We have skidoos. We weren't able to use them this year. We had to use our quads instead. Who wants to go quadding in the winter? It was much fun. Our hockey season, which used to be outdoors and lasting 6 months, now only lasts 4. So welcome to the Frozen North. Come and see it. It's not going to be around for very much longer.